Hi everybody, the Mature Simmer here. Welcome to another year on the farm. So over here, finished the liming and everything yesterday. Had to go get some more. I basically use darn near 100,000 liters, and the silo holds like 150. I may actually have a truck that still has some in there over there. I'm also going to need to get some seeds at some point. I think I have 7,000 liters left, so I don't think that's going to be enough to get me through this year. But basically, I did have to drop all the fertilizer out. That left a bunch of containers here. I then got the full truck, so you can see it looks like I've got some left next to that truck. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go deal with that. So let me actually do that real quick here, because otherwise I'm gonna have a hard enough time pulling up there. But this should be, yep, that's lime. I'm hoping, just realized this has been, alright. I'm surprised it doesn't, because that's the lime I dropped off from my trailer that I did have, and then I just never finished up. But let me get over here and get this dumped, because we definitely have enough room for that now. There we go. Takes a little while for it to get going, but there it's gonna go, and then we'll have an empty truck. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead for now, leave that here, and then I'll go and get the seed later. So fertilizer 48,000, seeds, okay, 9,000, almost 10. So maybe we'll get through another year, but I don't think so, because we definitely empty that relatively quickly. I think it's 3 or 4 times, and so 3,500 not gonna happen. Hopefully we don't get hung up here. We don't, but hopefully I'm close enough. So again, it's always a bit of a challenge trying to get it to trigger. It's not gonna go. Alright. So now we are full. Looks like we're going to get some rain, which doesn't really matter. I'm going to actually wait to unfold until I set my line, because otherwise I'm sitting here trying to spin through here with everything wider, and I just can't go as far. So yes, I did plow as I indicated I would. Let's set this. Alright, looks like should be okay. So I believe everything should be fully set for this year to get as big a crop as we can, because we're freshly limed. We should hopefully have everything going. Let me swing over here. Alright, good news is everything is planting. Not that I was terribly concerned that that wouldn't be the case, but you never know. Because there were some weird things when I was driving around after I had plowed here, where my little red tractor, which I was doing the lime with and so forth, it had basically seemed to be getting stuck on, like it was going over some pointy ridge or something. So I don't know if somehow this field had been terraformed and it's done something. Like, obviously, if these things come back across the two fields, I'll have an issue. I think they both were caused by anomalies with the helpers. So I think as long as the helpers are okay, and I make sure that they fully harvest everything each year, I think it'll be all right. But we'll see. So again, trying to remember which key, but I turn that off. So other than that, that is pretty much what has decreased the amount of money I have here, was just buying the supplies I needed and so forth, and it really just, I believe, was just lime. I'm trying to remember if I had anything else or not. So I am going to get these fields planted and obviously first level fertilized, and also run the weeder behind. So I'll be getting that going soon too, because I need to, of course, as always, minimize the time. But that is what I will be focusing on today. So I will see you in a bit. Welcome back to the farm. You can see that my plowing did nothing. Well, I mean, it didn't do nothing, but there's still stupid weeds on both fields, so I don't know that it's fixable. I suppose it's a smaller line than it was. I don't know. But I am here in June to fertilize with my little tiny cotton plants coming out. So all is good, but just letting you know how things are progressing. And that is the plan. So I'm going to get this done. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I am back here on the farm. I've been picking up bales. So yesterday I started the harvest. So 35's mainly done. I've kind of had a thought of maybe a different way to do this, which rather than trying to back the truck up and line up the drop-off, I'm like, let me use what I've got here, and let me just pick these up and carry them over. And so in theory, let's see, maybe the theory's bad. That would kind of suck, but really I can just push these? I can't pick them up? I am surprised. I really thought this would let me... No, it won't. Huh. If I go underneath. Wow. Alright, well, that sucks. Now I was like, I'll just poke these and carry them. But obviously that isn't possible with these bales, but this might still be easier. So let's see. Let me back off so I can see a little further, and it's also quieter. Oh, now it did. Alright. Maybe I just need to get near the top. Alright. Well, that's better, because this is kind of what I was thinking as well. I'll just carry them in, and then, I can place them kind of right on the trigger, and that should be better. Now, it would be even better if it just took them from me off the forks, but I don't know that it will do that, so. But we've got the 20,000. Let's see. I'm guessing I have to leave that, and then hopefully it will go in and vanish. There we go. Alright. The cotton fabric is processing, so we'll be all set there. But we've got 80,000 off the top, so I also have seen, it looks like with that little bit of error that we had from Guyver, it kind of has more of a permanent impact than I thought. So I am surprised to see some of that, but I'm also, going to have to keep an eye out Okay. So let's see. Now, I'm worried yeah. That's what I honestly figured. Well, actually, it looks like maybe it'll work enough. Let me line this up a little bit better. Whoop, well, that didn't. That's not what I wanted to have happen, but well, now we'll see if we get in the center. I should probably, there we go. Just because I was on the end. What the heck? Now it's ripping the cotton up. I don't understand. Back up. Alright. Now are you gonna work? No. So there's like a... Wait. Alright. So, I don't know that this is any faster, but it's less irritating, because at least I kind of know what I'm doing, and things aren't, like, stuck somewhere, if that makes more sense. Because, like, now I can just lower this, and again, now that I know I can pick it up if I need to, like, somehow if it doesn't take it there, which I'm almost 100% sure it will, then I can worry about it. But yeah, the other thing that ended up happening, which I didn't realize until I went to plant, I had this entire swath, and I can't, let's see. Yeah, I guess I can use this. But basically, over here and over, all the way to the end of the field, from where things were, that plow line up there, it didn't get harvested. Because the auto harvest didn't see it, and I didn't know that until later, and it was too late to harvest at that point, so I lost all that output as well. Yeah, in general, there's definitely repercussions from what was happening from that plow accident. I just thought, oh, going ahead and replanting over it, no. The AI thinks it's a field boundary or something. So I don't know. I'll either have to play with it more to fix it, or just kind of live with it, because I still have the one row at the end of the field it's treating as a separate row as well. But yeah, now that I've kind of figured this out, and that was part of what I usually do, is, you'll learn along with me of what we can and can't do in Farming Simulator. But so you can pick up the bale. I was like, really? You can't? I just don't know why it's like the top part is where you can stab, but the rest you can't. Oh, come on. Really? Now I'm in the middle. Like, what's the issue? Is it too high up? This is crazy. So, a little too much to figure out, because yeah, now I can pick it up, but otherwise if I grab it near the top, I'm at some tipping point. So a lot more finicky than you would think it needs to be, but with four-wheel steering, this is a lot easier to position than trying to make sure that I've got bales, and again, if I can't get in and pick them up, then it becomes even more of a challenge. Now this may be too close to the building. Well, alright. This might work now. Let's see. Why is it... Oh, I see. I guess I'm too high up. Oh, now I probably put it too close to the building. Let's see what happens. Alright. Cool. Alright, so at this point, we got 80,000 in there. And then, it'll be producing fabric, and I'm doing my fall work here, so harvesting the cotton, getting it in there, but that is the new method that I'm trying at this point, and so far I've enjoyed that a lot more than trying to back in and then still having to get into the telehandler and move bales around. But I kind of silly me. It hadn't occurred to me. I probably could have moved the bales a lot easier than trying to shove them with the forks, but didn't think of that until I realized, yeah, I'm going to put them down and pick them up. And then I thought, well, I can just pick them up anywhere, but obviously that isn't the case, but I'm glad I can pick them up somewhere. So that will be the plan. I'm going to get things in here, and then we're going to be back here April time frame, May time frame, to go and sell the fabric, and that will end the year. But that is when we'll see each other next, because we just limed the fields, so there's not anything else to do between now and then. So I will see you in a bit. Back on the farm here. It's been a while. It's been a crazy week. Been focusing on trying to figure out what I'm going to do in the as a career mod in Flight Simulator, and so I've got that done, but I had a kind of paid service that I was really trying to work through, and only had a week trial and so forth. So between all that and everything else that was going on in the flight sim world, the farm sim world has kind of taken a back seat. So, back before things get crazy, I'm going to be starting the new year, but we need to finish the old year first. So, my hope here is that I will be able, and I like the fact that I'm seeing all the pallets filled out. I'm going to see how close we can get to affording Field 34. So they've introduced something new at the start of May. We're about a week into May now, but something called land tokens, which, if I understand them correctly, and Lord knows I've been known to not understand things in this universe and others as well, so, but if I understand correctly, basically, as opposed to waiting for the parcel you want to come up on auction, you can use your land token as a farm manager, basically contact a realtor, and as long as the land is touching your land in some way, which obviously 34 is, basically then they can get it ready and sell it to you, and you know, whatever that means, at NPC prices. So I assume what that means is it's kind of that, it kind of lets you, like, I could wait for an auction and maybe it would be a little bit less, I guess. I don't know if that's kind of what it's implying, or if I'd like it, you know, I can go ahead and just pay what it is, I assume, in the in-game cost, and get it right away, as long as it borders it and I have a land token. So they give us a land token every month, and you can have a maximum of 2 on hand at any given time. So basically, they're not looking for someone to probably hoard something and say, "Ooh, I have 10 land tokens, and I'm going to buy this, then this, and this." And then they buy those, and then they turn around and say, okay, well, now these fields now border my farm because of the newly acquired things I did, and I'm going to buy this, this, and this now. And, you know, then they suddenly, like, snap up the map in no time at all or something. So I'm sure that's part of the trade-off, is like, well, what can we do to make things more effective? So, but I need $220,000, you know, and then there is the danger of, like, not having any cash again. I guess I can get loans and whatever, but the other problem I have, let me take a look. It may be too late to sell things. It's not great. It's not terrible. So I may go ahead just so I'm not hanging on to it. Let's see. So it's Bubba Gump, Hobos, and the campsite. So Bubba Gump is a little bit more. It's like 75 more. because I've been as high as 2600, I think. But, you know, so the 400 across 100,000 liters is going to be, what, $4,000? So, you know, in theory, it's not swinging the needle that much. It'd be different if it was down at that 1600 level. Like, that would seem to be a pretty terrible... okay, why is it not strapping? Oh, I see. I must not... I guess, even though I had the thing, I guess I hadn't connected yet. There we go. So 140,000, that means I'm going to get at least 280,000. So, as long as that parcel's around 1 million, I'm good, but I'm thinking that parcel is closer to 1.3 million. So, I'm thinking I might still be short. But I've got today and tomorrow to get my crop in the ground, unless I want a dormant year. And I did debate that this time. I was like, well... given what's going on, and that I'm pretty excited about some things, because there was a big add-on that I was looking forward to that had been hinted at being released in early access since March, maybe even since the end of February, and it finally dropped this past weekend. It is early access, so it's had some challenges, but I definitely would like to use it on a couple more flights to try to kick the tires a bit, now that I think I can at least get it running, because it's in a situation that a lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of us are having significant issues getting it to reliably engage and function. And obviously, you know, we've passed that along to the developers. You know, before final release, I'm sure they'll improve things and address that. Alright, so we should be able to come around. I'll get back to that in a second on the way back. I don't want to be distracted and then not be able to do what I need. There we go. So fabric is leaving. 850... 900, 950, 1 million. Gonna get 1,000,001? No, not quite. That would have been awesome, though. 311,000, still nothing to sneeze at. And that is, you know, other than the little bit that, okay, there was probably some fabric, and, you know, I think probably almost a whole pallet of fabric in the spinnery. Well, but now that I think on this... I'm still thinking the land is 1.3 million, so it may be moot, but if you remember earlier this year, I was talking about, should I pick up a second harvester? Because otherwise, if I grab that land, having one harvester only, it would make a miserable time to try to get it all done, because it would take so long. You know, with two, it might already be difficult. But at least if I had two, obviously that would cut the harvest time in half, basically. So... well, let me get this parked, and then we'll kind of go from there. I probably need to get rid of that other trailer, too. So I'm going to go get connected up to that, because I think as I try to plant the cotton, I'm too close to the field the way I sit, so it would be a bit of a mess. You know, maybe I'll just park it on the side somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the trees a little bit. It should work as long as I'm kind of over to this side. I would assume I'm not sitting on Lomeric's plot. I don't know that he'd really care. I mean, it would be in the middle of the trees and whatever, but just want to be a good neighbor. All right. So if I go here, oof, kind of right there, like literally right there. Oh, that's my balance. Never mind. I'm looking at my balance. I'm like, it's the exact same amount that I have. It's obviously been a long time since I've bought land. So no, it is 1.3 million. Oh, you can't take me anywhere. But with that, as I just am going to go blazing right into next year, whoops, I just dropped my weight. I guess I saw the queue and I thought I was where I needed to be, and I wasn't. Alright, wow. The trigger points are just very small the way I'm coming in there. I don't know. But as I get ready to get going for next year, which obviously starts the next episode, let's first wrap up this year. So, crossed 1 million. For the first time, I think, since I've been running the farm. I don't know, other than maybe I started with, over that, but that was before I bought equipment, all that kind of stuff. But, it's been a while, for sure. Maybe I did get over there, because I don't remember how much 36 cost. I think it was over 1 million that I owed MILLIONAIRE for that. So, but in any event, it's been a long time since I've had a balance at that point. We're obviously going to have, the greenhouse is producing a little bit, but nothing's really going to happen until we get some more cotton. And then, even if I get the 311,000, I barely have enough. But I think what I'm then going to do, it just makes it a little bit easier, is go ahead at some point before the harvest, get that second harvester, and then I can have 2 helpers running at once. It's going to basically cost me the same amount. They're going to obviously be paying 2 people, but they're each only going to work whatever the time it is for the field. So, but hope you've enjoyed this year, if you have, and have enjoyed the videos and enjoy following the farm, or just whatever, for whatever reason. A like is always appreciated. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, helps things get noticed, and if you're not a subscriber, please consider that. Also shows folks that, hey, there's a good amount of people subscribed here. I might want to check this place out, versus, maybe someone that they see that has 20 subscribers or something. So it just indicates something. We can all interpret what it indicates. But I will see you next time.